Hello everyone, you welcome to the last episode of season 1 on the Career Fiction Show. Here on the Career Fiction Show, we explore the hidden realities, pressure and the challenges behind every career. I am your career fiction coach, Batasha, and today we are stepping into a profession most of us admire, but just a few actually understand it. The human rights lawyer. Now, when we hear about lawyers, we immediately imagine courtrooms, expensive suits, arguments, winning cases. But with the human rights lawyer, it is different. This is a field where lawyers fight for people whose voices have been ignored, people who have been abused, discriminated against, silenced, or denied justice. These lawyers handle cases involving police brutality, wrongful arrest, gender violence, child protection, freedom of speech, and so on. On paper, this profession feels noble and inspiring, and honestly, it is. But behind the passion and purpose is a friction that people don't see. Because fighting for human rights can be emotionally exhausting, mentally draining, dangerous, and even sometimes non-profitable. Defending suspects is one of the challenges of the human rights lawyer. Imagine defending someone the public hates already, someone society has judged even before the case begins. Suddenly, you the lawyer is being judged too, because they feel you are defending wrongdoing, when actually you are defending fairness because everyone must be heard. But then in emotionally charged cases, fairness can look unpopular. And in simply doing your job, you become a target for public criticism. Another struggle of the human rights lawyer is emotional exhaustion. This career is emotionally heavy. You are constantly exposed to painful stories, victims of abuse, families seeking justice, children who have experienced trauma. And unlike the movies, these stories don't disappear even when the court closes. Many human rights lawyers carry these emotions home. Then they tend to struggle with burnouts, some emotional fragility, some become emotionally numb, and some silently struggle anxiety. And this would eventually happen as your work revolves around human pain or sufferings. Low recognition, high sacrifice is one of the most painful struggles of the human rights lawyers. People often assume all lawyers are wealthy and celebrated, but the human rights lawyers often work long hours with limited resources and little appreciation. Some cases don't even bring financial rewards, yet they continue because they believe someone needs to speak up, someone needs to challenge injustice, someone needs to stand beside people who feel powerless. But most of these sacrifices go unnoticed. It feels painful, right? Yes, it is. Let's dive into some battle-tested mindset shifts and some possible action steps. Our first mindset shift is moving from I must save everyone to I must do what I can consistently. Most human rights lawyers enter the field trying to change the world immediately. But the reality is harsh. Not every case ends in justice. Trying to carry every problem personally can lead to emotional burnouts. It is not your responsibility to fix the entire system alone. Your job is to constantly fight where you can make impact. Your action step for this shift is that You need to focus on progress, not perfection. You need to celebrate small victories, they matter. And importantly, you need to learn emotional boundaries between your personal life and work. Our second mindset shift is moving from hiding emotional stress means strength to emotional support is necessary. The human rights work exposes you to trauma constantly, and ignoring emotional stress wouldn't make you strong. It would only exhaust you and make you weak. So your action step for this shift is that talk to your mentors or trusted colleagues regularly. You need to take intentional breaks after emotional heavy cases. And you need to also seek counseling or therapy if needed without shame. Our last mindset shift is moving from power always win to persistence creates change. The human rights law can sometimes feel like fighting against impossible systems. Cases can get delayed, pressure may increase, results may be slow. But societal change often begins when persistent people are willing to always push. Change may be slow, but consistency creates impact. Your action step for this shift is that you need to first of all build strong documentation skills. You need to stay informed on changing human rights laws. You also need to protect your integrity because your credibility is your strongest weapon. Now you have heard the passion, the pressure, the emotional cost of defending human rights. This career is not just about law. It is about standing beside people in their hardest moments of their lives. And sometimes, even those defending justice are silently fighting their own battles. But despite these challenges, most human rights lawyers still continue showing up because they believe someone needs to speak up when others are silent. Once again, you're welcome to the Career Fiction Show, and I am Patasha. If this resonated, kindly subscribe if you haven't, like, comment and share, and I hope to see you in the first episode of season 2 where we explore the field of doctors.